Are you buying a home in Loudoun County during spring 2023, or maybe you're relocating to the area and you want to know what's going on with the market here in Loudoun County for spring 2023? Well, stay tuned because I'm going to break it down for you. Hi, my name is Griffin. I'm a top-selling real estate agent in the Loudoun County and Northern Virginia area. I work for Loudoun Living at Pearson Smith Realty. I also run a very popular moms group called the Loudoun Moms, everything you need to know about being a mom. And I help a lot of relocation clients every year. And one of the biggest questions that I'm hearing now is we're relocating to the area. What's the market like? It's spring, you're in Virginia. We're not sure what it's like because it's like X here. I'm also getting the same questions for my first-time home buyers. They've never bought a home before. They want to buy in spring markets. That's when everyone tells them to buy a house, but they want to know like what is going on. And so what's curious to know is that you need to look at the data and see what's going on, but you also need to have experience of talking to a real estate agent who knows the market, actively out there with clients and seeing what's going on, because the numbers don't tell the full story. And something that might be going on, you see on the news, might be on a national level. If you're relocating, or maybe you have a family member who bought a house in a different area, but our market here in Northern Virginia and Loudoun County is going to be different than Sacramento, California, or Dallas, Texas, or Miami, Florida, or Colorado Springs, Colorado. You need to look at what's going on here. It's good to take in data from maybe a national news source, something like that, and what other people are seeing, but you also need to focus on the numbers here. So let's talk about the last 7 days. It's March 2023, and I pulled up data from the last 7 days here in Loudoun County. And we had 54 homes coming soon. So which means they're going to be coming on the market within the next sometime within the next 21 days. We had 57 homes come active on the MLS. We had 6 homes go back to active. And that means they might have fallen out of contract for one of a few varieties of things: financing, home inspection, HOA doc, something like that. We had 27 do a price decrease. So now with the price decrease, they were some new construction, 55 and older, condos, and a handful of homes that were priced at $1.2 million plus. And one was like $2 million. So out of the 27, it was really the condos, 55 and older, and really the higher end homes. We had 21 homes price increase, and those are all new construction. So the base price has gone up on those homes, which we do see often with new construction. After they sell a certain number of homes, they increase their prices, or they move to a next phase or another section, something like that. We had 57 homes go under contract, and we had 103 homes go pending. Pending and under contract are basically the same thing. So really we had 160 homes, and 92 homes closed within the last 7 days. But also I want to look at some of the market data from February of 2023, because we haven't closed out March yet. So we're just looking at February's data. New listings were down from January. January we had 381 homes, and we had 349. So we were down about 8%. New pendings were up. We had 337 in February versus 304 in January. And the closed sales were up from January, which is a little bit of a false number, and I'll explain why. So we had 272 homes close in February versus 192 in January. So we had a 42% increase. January does tend to sort of kick off our spring markets. We do see an increase typically in production during that time and a lot of sales. And it could have been some new construction homes that kind of skewed the numbers, but also some of the homes in February would have gone under contract in January but then settled. The same with January's numbers. December's are usually our slowest month. So some homes would have gone under contract in December, but carried over to January. So that number can be a little bit different depending on the time of year. We are still below the number of closed sales that we typically have. In 2022, we had 654. Right now we have 473. Our pendings are down again. Usually we have 888 pendings. Right now we're at 640. And our new listings are down quite a bit as well, down 21%. Normally we have 996, and right now we're at 782. So that's telling us that there's a lot of people in the market who want to buy a home, but we still have really low inventory. And what's important to know too is I'm in the market all the time with buyers. And so I'm going to tell you a little bit about what I'm seeing, because I think it's very interesting. I had clients who put an offer in on a single family home, and it was in Sterling, your average single family home, average neighborhood with some amenities, things like that. We were one of 10 offers, and we were not the highest bid at $70,000 over list price. And the person that we got an email saying, thank you so much. And the person that won went higher than us and waived all contingencies. So they waived their home inspection, they waived their financing, they waived their appraisal. You can't waive HOA docs. So basically the only contingency they had was HOA documents. They waived everything. And we were one of 10. And we wrote the offer the first day it hit the market. They made a decision the second day on market. Likewise, we went to write a contract on, we wanted to write on the neighboring house. It was just a few streets over. One of 6 offers. It went above list price. We were not the highest bidder. The person waived all contingencies. So these are in the $700,000 range and they escalated above 8. I talked to another coworker who wrote an offer on a single family home at one point. It was listed at 1.149. They were not the highest bidder. Everyone waived all the contingencies. They still didn't win that house. So that kind of tells you how the market's going. I talked to another coworker who lost out on some homes as well. They wrote on just a condo in Fairfax. Everyday 2-bedroom condo, nothing really special about it or unique. And they were one of 25 offers. So 25 people, 24 of them, were competing for one condo in Fairfax. So I see sometimes on the national news that the real estate market is slowing, interest rates are up. They are up. There are ways to get around the higher rate, but buying the rate down and things like that, and talking to your lender, there's some creative ways. Like I had a client go from putting 10% down to actually 5%, actually got them at a lower rate with just a small buy down. So they were putting down less money so then they could buy the ugly house, which if you watch my videos, you hear me talk about the ugly house sometimes is the better deal. So they were able to put down less money and get a better rate and a much lower payment than if they put the 10% down. So sometimes we're able to do some different creative financing with your lender. We definitely talk to them, but know that right now there's a lot of buyers in the market. And there may only be, for this one client, there was 3 homes in their desired zip code. The zip code's pretty large. There's quite a few homes in that zip code. There was 3 this weekend. They all went above list price and they all had the contingencies waived to win. So that's what's going on in our market. When I talk about contingencies, it's financing, appraisal, home inspection, cannot waive HOA. And in most cases, they were allowing the seller to rent back for between 30 to 60 days. Of course, 60 days is the maximum. So they were allowing the seller to stay there past closing for free. So they would close, say, on May 1st, and then the seller would say 30 days would be June 1st. They would stay there. So our market is still thriving. We have a lot of people who relocate in, relocate out because of the government and all the government agencies and subcontractors and things like that. So our area is very fluid. We have a lot of people coming and going, but there is still not enough homes. So if you're thinking about selling, it's a great time. If you're thinking about buying, it's still a great time. You just have to be strategic and we have to be creative in how we're finding these homes for you. So our market is definitely different than what I'm seeing in other markets. Because when people relocate, they go, hey, especially if they're selling a house, what's the market like there? What are you seeing? What's your agent telling you? If you have your house under contract, how did that work? What did it look like? So I'm constantly taking in data. I've got friends in other states who are real estate agents that talk to a lot. So if you ever need a referral, I've got those for you. But it's interesting to see what's going on because what's happening here in our market is not the same in other areas. Some there are, but some it is not. So you really need to make sure that you're hiring a local agent who understands and knows what's going on in your market. And then you need to ask them, what is the trends? What's typical in your market? What's the typical EMD? What are we seeing in contracts? And you really need to take their advice to hand because that's what's really going to get you the house that you need, especially if you're relocating. We have a tight schedule. So if you have any questions about buying or selling a home here in the Northern Virginia, Loudoun County area, I'd love to be a resource for you. My contact information is below.